Good morning, brothers and sisters. Today we gonna read Catholic Deliverance Handbook. This Catholic Deliverance Handbook. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Today we gonna discuss about the Catholic Deliverance Handbook. This book. So this book guide us to design to provide you with a comprehensive reading and understanding of the principles and practices of deliverance within the Catholic faith. Deliverance ministry is a vital part of the church mission to bring healing and liberation to these oppressed by spiritual forces. Is deliverance. Deliverance in the Catholic context refers to the process of freeing individuals from the influence of evil spirit or demonic oppression. This ministry is grounded in the teaching of Jesus Christ, who came to set the captives free. Luke 4 verse 18. The church, through the authority given by Christ, continues this mission today. Let's read this. Introduction. The peace of Jesus is the fruit of a constant struggle against evil. The battle that Jesus has decided to fight is not against men or human powers, but against the enemy of God and man, Satan. Pope Benedict XVI. The Philippines is a country very dear to God and our Blessed Mother, where we are people who are naturally religious in orientation, and this has been a great blessing to us as a people. Yet, despite our faith, which is many centuries old, there seems to be some form of blockage to the blessings and graces as well as the protection of God. Immorality and evil are rampant, and suffering and misery abound. In our office, Archdiocese of Manila Office of Exorcism, cases of extraordinary demonic attack are plentiful. Being a predominantly Christian country, why is this so? Of course, the cross has always been the lot of Christians before as well as today, as we try to follow the will of the Lord into this modern, self-centered, materialistic world. Yet the cross in the life of Christians is always a source of peace and interior joy as well as means towards the holiness of life. Where are the fruits of the cross in our country? The cross, as in the life of Jesus, should be life-giving for a Christian and not a source of misery and immorality. To find an answer, we have to turn our attention to the enemy of humanity that has constantly and expertly remained hidden from view, that it would need the gift of faith, divine revelation to discover his existence and be aware of his activities on both the personal and global level. This enemy whom God has revealed as the devil, although undetected in our society, is very much alive and entrenched in our country. Hence, we see the effects in our moral and spiritual lives. This matter of the devil and of the influence he can exert on individual as well as on communities, entire societies, or events is a very important chapter of Catholic doctrine. We should be studied again, although it is given little attention today, by Pope Paul VI. The devil is always at work instigating untold cruelties, as unfortunately seen throughout the 20th century. Then Cardinal Ratzinger, now Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI, Satan has the skill in the world to introduce people to deny his existence in the name of rationalism of every other system of thought, which seeks all possible means to avoid and recognizing his activity. Saint Pope John Paul II. Do not mock the gospel and say there is not Satan. Evil is too real in the world to say that. Do not say the idea of Satan is dead and gone. Satan never gained so many cohorts as win. In his shrewdness, he spread the rumor that he is long since dead by servant of God Bishop Fulton Sheen. The ship of all the enemy summons innumerable demons and scatters them, some to the city and some to another throughout the world, so that no province, no place, no state of life, no individual is overlooked. He goes around to lay snares for men to seek to chain them. Saint Ignatius of Loyola. In our society, even though we are predominantly Catholic, the devil still has its strongholds, and these have contaminated our faith, making it less a source of holiness, blessings, and protections for us Filipinos. In the Old Testament, the blessing and protection of God would be blocked, also because of the contamination of the number one weapon of the devil, his false religion of paganism, animism. Christ are faithful and stated in the Bible, in fact, came to destroy this work of the devil, the idolatrous religion of paganism. Yahweh distanced himself with these Baals, or false god, and was very strict with the Israelites because they were so easily allured and contaminated by them. Pagan practices, occultism, historicism, which were practiced side by side with Judaic rituals and rites. With this contamination occurred, we see this many times in the Bible. The protection and blessings of God were blocked, and the Israelites would fall into slavery to a foreign power, and misery would be there a lot. The unfaithfulness of Israel as a nation was centered on his. Sadly, this phenomenon is what is occurring in our country today. We hurt God so much because although we are Catholics, we continually go against the first commandment. Just a cursory look around will show that paganism, animism is not only very much alive, it has contaminated our faith. How many Filipinos use an anting-anting? You would be surprised. How many go to fortune tellers? How many continue to practice pagan worship like the padugo before constructing a house, cutting down an old tree? How many continue to believe in superstitions? These are remnants of paganism, and allow their lives to live, and allow their lives to be led by them. How many Catholic businesses have beside the statue of the Santo Niño a statue of Buddha, a statue of a dragon, or some other pagan god? And the statue of the child Jesus is not there for devotion but for good luck. How many Catholics are pagan practitioners themselves? What follows below are some of the many still existing pagan practitioners. Thank you and God bless.